This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Memo we be akwa banfambra Boadu TV so biu. De bia ye da sese mo hwe channel no yie pa na mo like na mo share na mo ja mo comment. And so our comment section mo mesra mo we nso mo nya ne sa emai. Na Kevin Taylor akasa dia fa 2016-2020 elections e course na NPP ko fa amanfo bi omunim abefo tete fide mu internet use you from hackers ne oma bin omo no computer hazard ne nkwafo we expose sa for no mo yes ha edwuma de ma NPP fo ni nyina we yi wo mu nyina pictures de ababo wo mu nyina din ene edwuma mo ye rade expose with their no din ama wa chire mu kwan a sankofu yi fa so ma 2020 election NPP timi fa so win ye 2016 okwan a mo fa so ekun krofo na mo kidnap krofo na mo sabotage krofo na chese omunya krofo access videos ni pictures ni chat na mo de blackmail judges ni religious leaders ni politicians akese anka obebo man no yesi sankrofo miensa be ye nan na yesi adwuma no anyansa ketwa Kevin Taylor Safaya ambulance trial no jakpa ene attorney general asab no wasaka sa da fa ho a ni nyina wa ha ye de ma ba miya messages a wode kan ye fa free SHS ho ani wo masse so ma ni nyina Kevin Taylor fa fa
yeah, the hacking NPP4 uses some gentlemen in Ghana to do. Now let me show you. Some brandy way baby obi see them as criminals. I am coming to show you faces of people who are hacking. About 80% of Ghana celebrities, politicians, the clergy, and the judiciary, their phones have been hacked, and most of them they know. Majority of them are being blackmailed by these gentlemen I'm going to talk about. Me say majority of the judges in Ghana and the clergy. Me say sa boys we are NPP4 that is what they do, and these are the boys who cloned 2020 elections. Results nearby no. Sa results ni nyina na omo intercept results no. And they were at the end of the day omo na omo DB kika ho eyi bi frima na easy for to be general so omo system ne call off. It's easy for say oh the network went off no. They direct all of these results no from the regional no, and into make creating regional and sana ba national. The reason why they did that no say they had to divert all the results to this men. Omo the government agency equipment and na omo the air day omo the dear bonnet. There are some. I've spoken to about 2 judges, and their Supreme Court judges are when they sit on any case they cannot vote contrary to what the Chief Justice will vote. You lie bad. They have basically been able to so I'm a suffer from Ghana no. And one pastor also are very careful. And a pastor your friend saying Reverend Kofi Oduro, yeah, he is their next. They will hack him. They will send before also omeba group no ma be send the links in the group mo mubi mo jimina na mo jejina group yes e bom paye obi send the links now I could press so I do hack you. And that is what they have done to most of sorry form penny4 no any judge form penny4 no people's personal life most of you pictures ni nyina no more you videos ni nyina then they start to use it against you. And there are so many judges in Ghana they cannot talk, and I know about 12 they cannot talk, and some of them personally they have spoken to me say Kevin this is the situation we can't do anything because BB Kim they'll put the videos out obia on the personal life obia on nyoma or behind the scenes, and that is what these people do. These people sometimes some could be to say alpha hour into what some drop a link obiji say quotation also group yes gospel a prayer group or school group you must be a drop a link. That is how. But I want to say this, these gentlemen, well be who sanko for we this man This guy, his name is Benjamin Ansa. We are a very dangerous guy. So Benjamin Ansa, anyway, the company who computers and come. So I just phone da say or check BB also. So I just laptop da. He is in your laptop. Mameka you been show. If you are Ghanaian today in Ghana, not this gentleman called Benjamin Ansa. Me by my mom in the background. Me by mom in the background. I'm going to clone 2020 elections. 2020 election results, it came to them before it came to the EC. And that is where Anoche NCA, that is where they were getting their results. Majority of the radio stations, they were getting results from these guys. They were not getting it from EC. And at the point, NPP said they were able to collate the elections results before even the EC. Because the EC knew that the elections were going to go to these people. These people were going to look at the numbers, clone the numbers into 60,000 for NDC or 32,000. No, I done no. NPP the NA 15,000, why 51,000. And Tuba said the pink sheet on the ground, no, East one, you could see there is no connection. But Tuba say, Nani is sending also saying you're sending these are the boys. Now, before I go on, I'm going to show you another person. This guy, his name is Kojo Osafo Mafu. Very diabolic, dangerous guy. Let me tell you, he knows his job. And when I say he knows his job, we have dig this guy about America. He's good at his job, and he's taking advantage of that. And this guy, the number of people are, and that this boy is duping. Or no, he's into the director when it comes to cyber security or NCA. This is the guy who puts together the master plan. Now, the reason why I'm doing this in English, you've heard me speak a little bit of English, is because we are going to petition the IEEE. Osafuma Fubanye. These are the criminals in Ghana who are destroying this nation. Now, before I go to Benjamin, Ansano, let me tell you a little about this guy. Now, the NPP, what they have done now, and they say, you see this guy, he was recently moving the director of cyber security. Yes, no, or a lecturer at Shesi University. I don't even know. Now, this guy is making millions. And this guy's expertise, say, he has good experience in mobile chips and what we call component security. The reason why I'm doing this is because he has gone against the international rules and regulations. And the license is what he's using to commit crimes in Ghana. This boy. His name is Kojo Osafo Mafu. 2020 elections, he women on elections now his expertise is mobile chips. He knows how he can create different kinds of platforms and networks they sit on the digimano. He is the mastermind behind it. And normally you don't see him. The reason why I show the name say when you go into the ethics of IEEE, Institute for Electrical and Electronic Engineers, a well-recognized institution that he's part of. He has that license. Now, what the IEEE hates is to use the license to suppress people, to use the license to commit a crime. And this is what this boy, Ghana, because ne papa the advisor to the president, this is what he is doing in Ghana. They are manipulating Ghana over the national security, tapping into people's phones, tapping into people's offices, data. This boy is the guy who sits behind and say, I've created this, use this. 2020 elections, he is the one on the distracted system, he is the one who was able to make sure say cloning numbers. Now the funny thing about this guy is say, or build the tools. He built different kinds of tools, and because the tools are platforms, sensitive ones are yet to me a institutions mu yet to me real data. That's why I'm saying say, a petition has been put together because the evidence we have with his connection. So what he has tried to do is say every time he does this, he stays away. And today be on no more catch him say, I will do it, but do not make anything linked to me, but mistakenly with Jano. You see, this world obia time eba, and when your time is ripe, now what he does normally say, so we study it, we do some time be obuha or say my Facebook ya Jeffrey Minsem, this is the guy. Obi because my Twitter they have struck me. Your creative account so from me is this guy. They are basically suppressing free speech, and this is the guy they are using. And normally he's quiet, and he is the one who builds the tools. In fact, ne papa ne osafmafu. And in weeks to come, this guy, his license will be taken from him. He is a criminal. He's using this opportunity. Also, or this servo Ghana, no, he's using this opportunity to destroy this nation. And internet NPP vote me catch say, oh, you be winning elections, you know, but the strategy be winning. These are the people they are talking about. Sakwa way, he had a problem on internet. You can say Starlink by Elon Musk internet in the buy. No, he didn't like it because every election, biano, omu use Ghana internet normally conduct it. Now, what happens? And then they say, the moment you are on Ghana's internet, they will be able to hack your system. And into the NCA, no mkofa they are not free America, better than Ghana, and they took this boy and put him there. When I hear the enemy of the state, when I come to fuel station, you don't let him go. When you share petrol go, when you must say kurono. These are the people blackmailing judges. Into Utubu say, and in the history of Ghana, you'll be a friend, a unanimous FC. It is because of these boys. They have a lot. They have a lot on the judges, and through this boy and the Benjamin guy I'm about to talk about, you know, almost a blackmailing judges. Asofu bi Ghana come to me because they are asofu Ghana. They are cause to me Oko peace counselor almost these boys have their private conversations and their life. They use that to threaten them. And in the 2020 elections, you know, the EC could not give you definite numbers because the NCA, what we call the guys, come, it's time for us to do the job, Mombra. The NCA, the National Security and what we call the Bureau of National Communication, and BNC, NCA, any NIB before no during elections, and it's not J mentioned to me, Mamo, the right election results because these were the people who had to work on the numbers. They had to work on the results before the EC gets it. Into Mubusa NDC for Mubusa, Omo no more representing NDC war, strong room or EC one. At a point, the system wasn't bringing anything. The moment the system goes down quiet, it means they have moved all the numbers. There's a diversion. They are cloning the numbers, and into the NCA for they were the ones churning out the numbers. And into the Anoche Eco BA, a whole day, a result center ma NPP, almost omunya numbers. No, I say Paul Adamochi went to a ND's NPP for baby anom collect results. No, Ebusa Anoche say some numbers there. I think Techiman South, Anoche could not give the answer because the numbers it wasn't coming from ECU. It was coming from these people. Mr. S, give me that video. That was that video. A man, Ghana for a smarter. A whole number who said the numbers that were coming to the east, you know, it was being manipulated by these people. It was being manipulated by NCA, NIB, and BNC. These were the people who were giving you the results. Into Paul Adamochi, Echo NPP4 Coalition Center. Busa Anoche results be screening, so Anoche could not give answer because so see the numbers there are numbers that you are getting from the ground, which have been certified. Why couldn't you give answer? Because na sankofo we ain't me certify numbers in the man. And I know my team will find the video and they'll give to me. A very, 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 very common video. Paul Adomotri went to a NPP for Coalition Center. Now, I'm sure I did. So this guy, whoever maybe who I need to be a catcher and say, he should be ready. He's going to answer questions. He's committing one of the craziest crimes on earth. Obeko jail. This boy, Bonia with Dio Ghana, Bonia Mudan with Dio Ghana. Now, let me show you this. I spoke about this guy. Every person who has been abducted in Ghana is this guy. So I want to say, Yakochi Obi, Yehuno, National Security for Asmo Obi, in Kofobi the Kaaba, it is Ben Ansa. This guy. Or not the position, Juma Ewo BNC, Bureau of National Communication. Now, let me show you how he made his way up there. Way a krobie moi anko bi shelan ko so di bibi bonitrim or a dangerous guy. Hey, through this guy, ya chichin ko fo bibiri Ghana ni mebi omo. Bongo ideas no children. It was this guy who instructed. It is this guy, and I have the facts to tell you. Bongo ideas no children no children ni. Kwa way enema instructions. NPP are buying. So what is ya chi obi na yehu baby owa? It is this guy. And this guy is the guy who basically is out there doing all the crazy stuff. Oh, say, Osafuma for Bana make sure on the picture first, you know. Oh no, because of the IEE, you know, or joining, you know, because Onim say rules, you know, he always stays back. This is the guy who basically works for Jubilee House. And his job is simple. His job is to suppress people in Ghana. Now, how did he get to where he is now? Akwawe na oye a mere driver for Osla Owusu. Osla Owusu is the communication minister. Wait, na oye Osla Owusu driver. I'm now going to show you, Mr. Sanko, for you when you see them. So I do phone pain. Waba ufie. I will show you a soft form of romufia. Ako bag omufie. Sa kwa we aba wa sorry fie da waba u fie da waba bejo compete wajo phone so ya there. They are listening to your call. They are taking every info from you. They will come after you. His name is Benjamin Ansa. Benjamin Ansa. Now oye Asla Owusu driver kekewu. This guy used to just drive Asla Owusu. Onyeni pebiao na oye driver. Now see what happened. Now do you know, say, as we speak, this criminal, he is the head of security judicial services. Oba judicial services organ you know the head of security. See, and the Ghana Oba Ghana judicial services, judges for ne, lawyers for ne, people who work in the judiciary. The clerks near there, he is the head of security, judicial service, security. On the handle security, this guy. Intimikacho say, it is through this guy no bag judges nina. Judges nina omo phones nina. Now, there's something interesting. Now, you know this boy, Osla Owusu and Jubilee House, they tried everything possible to get this guy into the Ghana Law School. He tried a couple of times. He failed. This guy. And in the Abuja, they not allow. You know why? Now, Ghana Law School, during the exams, he was in charge of examination body, in charge of the security. Could you believe that this guy, he was the person who basically entered the system and stole the questions and was selling the questions. Make sure the reason why here, Oba Ghana Law School, they sacked him. Why they did not pass him? This guy he implicated 3 policemen at the Ghana Law School. Odi saa bɔne no wie no, ɛna or implicate police for no, ɛna saa police for no problem. Now the funny thing is, later they did the investigations. Don't be who say, this guy called Benjamin Ansah, he was the one who stole the questions because he had access. He was able to get into the computers of the Ghana Law School. And later, Nombe say he is close to Osla Owusu. He used to be Osla Owusu's driver. No? What they did was that they sacked him. They questioned him on it. There's a report there. So he was sacked from the Ghana Law School. This guy, they were pushing Enin Yabua, the former CJ, to make him go through. But Enin Yabua said no, because the guy is so weak-minded to be able to be pushed through the Ghana Law School. So several times, he could not make it to Ghana Law School. But that incident in AC, because he is in charge today. When you go to the judicial services, or then the head of security, Monko stands at the background wing. This boy, we have been able to locate houses that he's bought in America. He has a wife, also a doctor, our twins. We have been able to locate all these things. Our 2 twins. Look on the Facebook page of Bibian Tour. Because he's hurting people. This boy is murdering people because he has been given power. He was just a mere driver. Or instructing Boadu, this guy. He's just a mere driver. And then he is the head of security, judicial services. Now, I mentioned damage and Kofu. We have documented. You see, the agenda right now they have, these boys, Akwawe especially. He has the plan to say before the elections or the twins in the Beba Krumha, and that they are prepared. If election does not go the way it should go, they will flee the country. We are waiting. After the damage they have done, kidnapping people, going into people's blackmailing judges, blackmailing men of God. Mebodin, Pastor and a friend Lawrence Tete, Akwa women a go for them bargain. Lawrence Tete, they entered his phone, they entered his home, they put cameras in his home. Lawrence Tete, these people, that is what they did to him. They were able to get a boy to go and marry Lawrence Tete's daughter. That boy, I'll talk about him. He's not a PhD holder. He lied to them that he's a PhD holder. That is another criminal. I'll do his story for you to hear. And you can put there one thing. These people, do you know the number of people they are listening to their calls and installed cameras in their homes? Now, there's something happening at the judiciary. Interestingly, when Madam Tokonu took over from Madam Tokonu basically decided to bring this boy closer. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I have everybody's number. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice. I can give you the phone number of the Chief Justice of Head. And all the people these guys have bagged. Chief Justice. The last number A52. The last number A52. That is the number of the Chief Justice. These people, all the judges in Ghana, they have bagged them. And then sometimes Twitter will say, now then you go Supreme Court, it is like Sebio, your judges know. All my eyes are toys. They all are doing one thing. Now the most interesting thing is, when Chief Justice Tokonu came into office, she did something. Let me tell you, the reason why Yoni Kolendi was not made a Chief Justice over Tokonu was because these boys bugged him and they threatened him. See, Justice Doche, the former Justice Doche, he masterminded it. Yoni Kulendi was not given the CJ job because these boys, they tapped into his phones. These boys, they bugged this man. It was former Supreme Court Judge, Mr. Doche, this man. Come. And we all know Doche. Yeah. Doche was the one who made sure, because Doche was expecting Akufo-Addo to make him CJ. Akufo-Addo nkwasi asem was started here, Doche led it. Opuni case about review, Doche was the one who led it. That time, Nona Enin Yabua was in South Africa. It was Doche who brought in another judge to change the review against Opuni. Doche was the same person. The Attorney General went to meet in his office privately. Me catch them Mohana, a copy of Supreme Court, Midi copy of Hono. It was just Doche. So he was working for Akufo-Addo, working with Attorney General Godfrey Dame to make sure that he becomes the CJ, because Naka criminal retire. Akufo-Addo efre Yoni Kulendi, because Yoni Kulendi is from Akufo-Addo's law firm, or one of his boys. And we all knew, say, Yoni Kulendi could have been the CJ. Now, this is what happened. Dochemu, through some judicial services workers, they came together and they did what they bagged Kulendi. This boy called Ben Ansa, they have every information on Kulendi, his phone, his laptop, his private life. This guy. But do you know what's dangerous? You see, sometimes I keep telling the Chief Justice of Ghana, Jesus Christ had everything at his disposal. When I say everything, ne papa ni nyankopon. Enti sankobi bedi ni bone kra na ngo say Jesus Christ. Oh. But Jesus Christ, so who cry at the end obey. Sometimes we do some things, we think, say, we have fortified ourselves to the point where nobody can touch us, and we are going to help people do wrong. It is wrong. You see this lady, you see this person. Let me start from here. Her name is Jedzon, D-Z or D-Z-E D-Z-O-R-N. Jedzon. Oh yeah, Justice Doche, former secretary. Now, oh yeah, CJ, new secretary. T. This lady, women are damage or judiciary honor. These are the people who are conniving with Ansamo. These are the people doing the damage. This girl, she used to be a Justice Doche, former secretary. Today, this girl is the new secretary to CJ. Do you know the connection? I'll tell you. Now, you see this person, Ruth. Now, this lady, Oyejimo Chief Justice Office, she is now the PA to the CJ. I'll show you how this is linking. If you know what is happening in Ghana, and Akufo-Addo ba umia picture na po ka obetem kamo moment na parliament wo. Your judiciary has been hijacked. Your elections have been hijacked. Your clergy, they have been hijacked. You people have no country. There is no freedom of speech. These people have finished you. Now, this lady is called Pamela. I think a lot of people know her. Pamela Addo. I think she used to date Akufo-Addo sometime. Now, she is the judicial secretary. There's one man called Mr. Boadu, on a HR manager. Let me tell you, all the pictures I've shown you, I am going to take my time and do extensive work and how our judiciary today does not belong to us. All names of the church now, I'm going to do an extensive job, But you see, these people I've told you, they are only effective because of this guy. These are the two guys who are making her very effective. And this guy, he kills, he kidnaps, he bugs. Yeah? You see this boy? This boy, his name is Jedu. These are the boys they send into people's home to install the cameras and bug their systems. This boy, his name is Jedu. Mashana me keep your munyina picture. Send a bear time in draw. You people will understand what I am doing. Way boys women use your grounds work, no. We will chin baby also bono. Do you know the damage these boys have done to people in Ghana? Do you know the damage they did in 2020? The 2020 elections, these are the foolish boys the NPP used, and they are still using these boys. In fact, let me tell you, Osafuma Fobana, who is part of the IEE, because see, this guy, Kojo Osafuma, this boy, when you go into the IEEE, almost code of conduct and a code of ethics, they have stated it clearly there. You cannot use what you have learned and the license you have to suppress any human being. And it is one thing that you don't do. It is one thing that when you have the license, you don't do. But you see what this boy is doing in Ghana? Wabesha Ghana. And they are causing a lot of damage. Master, Met my culture say every big known person in Ghana, these boys, they have bagged them. And sometimes we say, why is everybody quiet? They are not just quiet. Oh. These people are holding their balls. This guy. And you see, I'll come and show you his properties here. I'll come and show you their new project they are working on. Now, the IEEE, we are going to petition them. The IEEE, we will petition them. We have everything to prove to them that Kojo Osafumafo is not supposed to be given that license. They need to take it away from him. Now, this guy is the main problem. Now, there are people through this guy, almost kidnapping. As we speak today, they cannot see. And you see, Mamincho connection, no? The BNC, the Bureau of National Communication, the National Security, the NIB, they all work. The BNC, the Judicial Services Security Department, you know. All NIB, they all work under national security. NCA, BNC, they all work under national security. It is a coordination. They work in a map. And what they are doing now, and I say, every single conversation, NDC for more the top of NDC. You people, more use Samsung, more use iPhone. You people have to be very careful. They are listening to all of you, your calls. They are getting into your phones. They have videos, photos of your personal lives. And anything that they win the elections with their technique. They are going to blackmail a lot of you NDC people. And it's going to be this boy and Kujo. Mamifa Kujo in the picture. It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osafumafo. Osafumafo Banono. It's going to be this boy and Kujo Osafumafo. These are the boys they are using. 2020 elections. We will not a cloning numbers. No. See, Ghana for. You see, sometimes, See, now say this is a fight for NDC. This is a fight for Kevin Taylor. We are making the biggest mistakes of our life. Okay? At this point, it's not about politics again. No. It's about you, your security. It's about you, your life. Every single businessman in Ghana owo bibia nkofo ya adwene omo say they are going to speak up. They have backed them. And intina ende ote Ghana obian kasa. These two guys, especially this guy on my left, Ben Ansah. Ekufuado kidnapping nipa election 2020 numbers ana emba. The boy I just showed you his picture. Oh, what he has posted on Facebook. See. You see what they post on Facebook? Let me show you. Let me show you. The boy and I'm saying Jeduno. You see what he posts on Facebook. You see, when you go on his Facebook, cyber one defense communication, AI trick to get into. See, you see, these are the kind of things they do. Boy and I'm say Jebina, omo planting cameras and bug and entering people's phone. You see when you go on the Facebook page. Thank you, Mr. S. You see what they do? These are the kind of things they do. AI, someone can use to get into your online account. Think twice before you click. And that is what they do. That is what these boys do in Ghana. This foolish boy. Oh. Now, when you go there, you see the numbers there. Free Instagram follower. Hey, Joe. Want to boost your Instagram popularity overnight? We've got a game-changing opportunity for you. Our team has developed a revolutionary tool that can increase your followers by 1,000 plus in a few minutes. It's completely safe. That is what they do. And they are using government of Ghana equipment, NCA, BNC. That is what they did 2020 elections. Anything till date, J sent to me my one single answer. Because they were cloning the numbers. They were cloning the numbers. And into the drew point to be not easy and to me my one number. Because the numbers, the figures now NDC for actual police centers, no. It do regional no more diverted about BNC. No more about NCA. They will have to change all the numbers before they resend it. Into easy to be to say, oh, the numbers are not coming. We are waiting. We are waiting. Almost how much in an hour? Not messing about now NDC wants. Why are they coming in bulk? Because they keep the numbers, they work on all of them, and then they release them. Into a whole hour, na numbers beyond by yes, EC is still waiting for the constituencies. They have moved the numbers from the region to these boys. They move it to Benansa, they move it to Kojo Osafmafo. They work on the numbers. And EC was contradicting itself. Because the numbers that were coming from these people, they had to wait. NPP for setting up coalition center, no, it was the numbers they were getting, they were rather feeding the EC numbers. So the numbers came to from constituency to region. It came to these boys at BNC, NCA, and then they now directed to NPP Coalition Center. Now NPP Coalition Center at the EC. So the EC were taking their numbers from NPP Coalition Center. And that is the job they did. That is the job they did. Anything that easy for say when they win the election, I want to mean control. Into end up with NPP for say, are you going to win the election? Also, want to mean breaking the 8. Also, want to mean say we will win the election by this margin. But they be also we will win the election by using some technique. This is what they want to use. And this is the highest form of treason. The highest. Abroche the people's will. These boys are using our own tools to use it against us. Because the will of the people, these people are sitting in office and changing the will of the people. Mr. S, did you find it? Mr. S, did you get me a video? Let me see if you got me a video. Oh, the Jadu guy there, they'll take care of him. Jadu. Oh, he would suffer the consequences. Jadu, Kojo, and especially Ansah, Benjamin Ansah, on the guy who commits all the crime. Benjamin Ansah, he was Hustler's driver. All right, Mr. S is getting me the video. In Ghana 4. Okay, Mr. S, thank you. Mr. S, I one of the team members sent it to me. Thank you, Koto. So Monshe, during the elections, no, I thought I'm not sure what happened. How they were giving the NPP numbers to give to the EC. I'm not sure. And it's not the Bianca just said we will win the election with the Samia Ukumu Yamunimo. Samia Uku knows Paul Adomotri. That is why today they don't have any message, they don't care. Because they are going to use these boys. Now
the NPP held a press conference recently. They talked about Bandai Constitution.
You see, you cannot tell me say when you're presidential, when you're parliamentary. That's what they did. So what they did was that every time the numbers came in, they will give a flash number, and then these boys will sit at BNC, NCA, they clone the numbers. Now, what happens in the say at the point when they see easy for numbers to be ambaye. And literally before election 2020, Kojo Ponkroma through NCA released a statement that no media house has the right to release any number. Okay, besides, pull that document for me if you can find it. Also, before election 2020, the NCA, which is headed by Anochi, who is the boss of Kojo and Benjamin Ansa, they came out the day before the elections. They released a statement through Ponkroma that no media house has the right to release even provisional results. What were they doing? They wanted their people to release the results to the media houses. So through Ben Kojo Ansa or Safmafo, let me put their pictures on the screen. Between these guys, what they did was that the numbers that came in, Ponkroma knows this. He knows this very, very well. Anytime I remember NDC for especially Omane Boama. And if you quit their target is you people. When they get in your phone, you people are done. You cannot even speak before elections. All the NPP executives, NDC executives, that's what they want to do. They are sitting back and they already have shit on some of you. They already do. They are going to come, they are going to send it to you and say, if you say thing, you are done. And you will see, say, close to elections, I'm on phone to me in Kasa. These are the boys they use. So they clone the results, and when they clone the results, the NCA waits, the EC waits. Bossman Asari knows about these people. Now he's saying that parliamentary is local. How local is it? Because how local is parliamentary? Election, a police station back with Tuabano. Why are you telling me say Unsaka presidential, Unsaka parliamentary? They were struggling with the parliamentary. All that they wanted to do was that they wanted to project to say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has won the presidential. Omuwia no one could vote to fight for the seats for the parliamentary. Into study their concentration was in 2020 was to let Ghanaians believe Akufo-Addo will win. Now when they are done with that, because after they do that cloning, the moment you win presidential, say parliamentary, we can suppress it. In the moment the two systems Akufo-Addo is leading presidential now, and they got to know say they are struggling with parliamentary. And then Techima Kobo Tuo, Hanabisi constituency Wakobo Tuo, and then almost started say Afe, they needed to claw back the numbers that they didn't have to make their numbers. This Anoche guy, he is the one that is using these boys to do this. And you know the funny thing, these are people who are working for us. So we are the ones paying them. Now for about 2 years, Sawatia, they be a NPP foka. NPP will win with 50.8. And I will study here, won't you? Every day, na allotajo cops akwa no fin ono kwa na okedi. They be for 2 years now, from 2022. Every single day, they are going to win with 50.8. Now almost say we need parliamentary 142 seats. They know they want to clone it, and these are the boys they are going to use. So they have already mapped it down. And they have mapped all constituency down. They know the numbers will be feeding easy. And they are using NCA, they are using BNC, they are all working under national security, they are coordinating. And then they would hear MP before, we will win with 50.8. Who makes that number? Who actually comes up with such a number? And then he will tell you, say, we will win 142 parliament. They know, they will clone the numbers. And if we want people to go after the people who are doing this damage, these two people, they don't deserve to live amongst us. Jeduni there, we will handle him. Ghana's elections, your problem, your democracy, no, these are the boys. I'm using almost say democracy. No. The reason why our democracy is struggling today is because of these boys. Don't take this lightly. They are still working. And it's an NPP phone to me in country. Almost what I'm say they'll win. Samia Uku works with these people. Samia Uku, Kojo Ponkroma, they are the ones telling them, say, relax, man, this is for your campaign, we will clone the numbers again. Because they are the ones who handle the internet. They will shut it down, they will slow it down. Every county, it will go to regional. From regional, it will not come to EC, never. From constituency, it will go to regional. From regional, it will come to these people. Kojo, Ben, any they are not chimono, they are the ones who are going to clone the numbers and give you the numbers pay. How do we work towards this? How do we change this? We need to take the issues. Today, more judges into me in Kasa. Can tell you about 70% of judges in Ghana. Judgment will. My judgment, they don't know what to do. Because when master judgment in the way in Kofo we pa. Everything that will enter the Supreme Court, it will be unanimous. The Chief Justice knows these guys. Madam Tokonu knows these boys. She knows them. This guy Benjamin on my left is the head of judicial security. Madam Tokonu knows him personally. And when a judge calls you and is crying on phone, judge from or phone, so it's tough, man. Say a judge, on your lower court judge, a judge or top, a frona or kasa or fosna or usua, you know how the damage, how people, what a juma, you know. All because of these boys. I saw one penny for, and they are all watching me tonight. They all know. Peace Council. Then every famous pastor you know in Ghana, they know. Why? Why should we do this to this country? Why should we do this? Why should I allow these people to be walking on the streets of Ghana? Who are these people? Ghana folks should forget about the judiciary. There's no justice there. I'm telling you. The Ghana government and they're running the judiciary. This boy Benjamin, I want to I'll come and show you the wife picture. I'll come and show you investment. That's what I'm telling you. Say, we have gotten whatever we want. The IEEE, we are petitioning them. Kojo Osafo Mafu, Yao Osafo Mafu Baya Oshesuti, his license needs to be taken away from him. These boys have to serve jail time. They have to. They have to serve jail time. They need to go to jail. They have committed a lot of pain. They have inflicted a lot of pain on people. Their families are doing well. They sit behind computers and they frustrate people's lives. A judge calls me and cries on phone because they just told him, they just showed him what they have. Why? How did we get here? Why are we allowing this to happen? Katie Amond and so Ekasa about so many things, which I think say I was say and it's got to do with a year cement prices in Ghana. Or beso the LI legislative instrument biba na odeba parliament ye gitum say a year omo manufacture cement no e wo Ghana no and I say omo ton whatever sankofo ni nyina no I say aban no any decide eboa omo the cement beji. Into read the Minister for Trade and Industry Katie Hammond has taken a swipe at the CEO of the Chamber of Cement Manufacturers Ghana, Dr. George Dawson Amwa, over a petition to Parliament to reject a proposed legislative instrument to regulate the pricing of cement in the country. Inti Katie Amon say omo ye cement or Ghana no omo penyi no da no no problem. Adenti na onu Katie Amon or de e emra eko Parliament say yenjintum se ne be ya omo ye cement or Ghana no ono aban no ono KTM on be decide price omo for cement nje. Na mesati say KTM on eka o interview bi mu say eye ono no obetumi de sa emrana ba abra on contact eye omo a omo manufacture cement e o Ghana. Into all the right as the minister, he does not even have to meet the stakeholders, the people who are investing in cement in our market, or say, or the right to go to parliament without even consulting them. Into adentina also more petition parliament to say, some rana or no they banner ebe affect you mujumano, or no catch on. So why are they petitioning parliament? Now, as some way, as some people will say, Edion. As some people want to say in Ghana no, DNA cost Emma cement prices air costro. DNA Emma cement price air costro. Now, Secretary on the say, and that NPP are buying say cement price air costro too much inti. Was a cement price. The question here is a DNA cement price no air costro. See, the reason why it's a cement price air costro, then we can find a way to stop the price na air costro. Because when you check the facts, when you go back and you check the facts, so a sheet this one from 2009, ABC 2024, 2009 that cement here 8 Ghana cedis, a bag of cement. 2011 na 9 Ghana cedis. 2012, 11 Ghana cedis. 2013, Mahamatiso, 12 Ghana cedis. 2014, NDC time, 14 Ghana cedis. 2016, NDC time, 16 Ghana cedis. 2017, it went to 18 Ghana cedis. Satam na NPP, KT amount, ba umiamo aba parliament. Aba abemu. 2018, from 18 Ghana cedis to 24 Ghana cedis. In 2019, from 2018 to 24, 2019 it went to 36 Ghana cedis. 2020 it shot up to 54 Ghana cedis. 2021 75 Ghana cedis. 2022 about 85 Ghana cedis. 2023 cement jampiko 795 Ghana cedis. Your 2024 and you toss cement one bag 105 Ghana cedis. Remember, you got a cement about 90% of chemicals and anyoma components you de cement no ye no Ghana ye craft abrochri. So one, if you're a cement manufacturer, every single thing I will turn abrochri be out in dollars. Clinker, whatever. Dien every single material, about 90% of the materials are already cement, you buy them from abrochri and abrochri and for cedi and try the abrochri. Yes, it's $1. It is a cement company. Now say at the end of the day, person to a clinker every abrochri bar. Cedis, 20 million cedis are also converting into dollars. That means you are not going to get $20 million. Automatically, waboka. In this all converted cedi na a week, under this government. Now, at the end of the day, capital you have to still enter it and go bring a clinker. And I go buy clinker to bring to Ghana to make the cement. Now, the question here is, how are you going to get your money back? Because your company still needs to stay afloat. The government of the day, your taxes. Remember, clinker no uko import na ebedru porter. This same Ekufuado government KT amount the Minister of Trade, they are taking high taxes at the port. So one, you have been able to raise money sebio ewra o de capital mu. Osakota de no sabedru Ghana port no. The same KT amount Ghana port was say ojo tax kesiye. Now, odi ade ni rema as a businessman, you need to first take out a yesika wo de koto ade no. Uwia na wasa beti taxes a ye wo free mu. Ansana wabehu the amount ankasa e wo se wo de toso. Na wo de den oton enya mfaso because also we enya mfaso a untimi tua workers ka. In fact, nyomana o the esaba krampo biom e de aba cement no untumi nkofa biom pamba. So technically, one share ya wodwuma no begu, you will be homeless, you will die early, and the politician will still be there taking ex gratia. So now, KTM on the say NPP aban no EDBB friend price control eba. Omo na omo be kire eye omo manufacture cement no send omo fa bo nje. And the question here is, from 2009 ebesi 2016, why is it say the price of cement wasn't shooting up astronomically? Why wasn't it increasing at the pace we are seeing today? It was because, so from 2009 basi 2012, no, people were managing the economy in such a way the dollar wasn't consuming the economy. In the South Pacific, many bias that. Let's pick it from 2009, keke. Now 2009, babesi 2015. Why didn't we see this hike in the price of cement by cement sellers and our manufacturers? Why are we seeing this kind of hike today? It is because the economy that is supposed to be resilient and resolute, the economy that is supposed to suppress the dollar, the vice president who is the head of the economic management team, the country that is supposed to at the end of the day make sure that we are able to export more so that our foreign reserves are buffed to the point whereby we will have enough dollars to sustain our city. No, the government of the day has failed to sustain the city. Right now, the reason why Bibia Bo Air say Adebia Okwakotona Bruchiri, especially manufacturers are omo raw materials in free Ghana, they are living on a very thin line because your company now Ghana now manufacture Bibina say in free Ghana. Now so you have to go outside and import. It means you have to convert cedis into dollars. That means you have to spend 3 or 4 times the amount you used to spend 5-10 years ago to go buy the same quantity or amount of product. Into now talk clinker, the one container. Now we're spending in 2012, 13, 14, 15. Now we're spending $10 million. Now the same clinker, a manufacturer, 50 bags of cement. You need to buy it $50 million. The government is telling you, say, still what the bar or your tax, but to me for a bond to so. KTM wa bottom. Now, if they want to control prices, then there should be a general control of prices, not only cement manufacturers. Because cement manufacturers, say, there are other products on the market that are not manufactured in Ghana, or most of the components or they manufacture those products, are not in Ghana. They are all imported. Why are those people not getting what you call price control? Because you cannot select a particular industry and say, I have targeted you people there in my head, you are making money, so I'm going to suppress you. Then if you're talking about price control, then it should cut across, because Frito, you import angwa ediba Ghana, you import wheat eba Ghana, you import flour, you import chicken. All these people are doing business like almost cement. So why is KTM looking at cement? Because in the first place, I want to ask, cement is an essential commodity to the market woman. Cement is not an essential commodity to Obana or Ton Atagino. How many people in Ghana can build? But how many people in Ghana eat chicken in a day? How many people in Ghana use cooking oil in a day? How many people in Ghana use sugar in a day? Inti omukron pan ka say yenya price control no e man na omoton tomatoes no. Omoton nya adoa no. Why are we looking at cement manufacturers? Because how many people in Ghana today go out there and say Ochina metal cement, Ochina metal cement, Thursday metal cement, Friday metal cement? If somebody wants to buy cement, it's for a specific reason, and he can buy 10 bags of cement that at the end of the day, so Ben is going to take him another 7-8 months to buy cement. Why do you target cement? Abra, there are other commodities in the market that are fast and I say easy to sell. Argentina who decides to target a specific industry, it is because they want to kill them. It is because the government does not have brains to raise revenue. The Omoya say they are trying to raise revenue, but in the process of raising revenue, because they are not intelligent, because they are not smart, because they don't know how to manage, indirectly they are killing businesses. Now, these are the same businesses that are supposed to create opportunities for the people. These are the same businesses that you have to make revenue out of. These are the same businesses that at the end of the day have to expand your market for your citizenry to get jobs. Now, you are killing the business. How do you expect even the citizens to get job to do? The target is that they want to shut down some people they see say they are doing business in Ghana. They don't like them. Their target is to destroy Ibrahim Mahama. There are a few companies they just want to destroy because they don't want them to operate in this space. The KTM on air Kenya about cement. We should, at the end of the day, yes, cement, or Baba man the price, I buy the cement price, because send all the cement manufacturers in Ghana decide not to manufacture cement. How is the economy going to run? Are you going to import cement? Now today, when you bring this law, and the Cement Manufacturers Association, they come together and say that, guys, do you have a little bit buffer? Okay, yeah, we all have. Can you all stay away from manufacturing for 6 months? We are going to talk to our bankers and see if they can also cut us a little bit of space. We are not going to manufacture. Who is it going to hurt? Then you sit and say, those people who are putting their monies into this investment, employing your own citizens, you don't have to contact them or sit with them before you make such a decision. You are a foolish man. Meka na aye funtra na kakwasiate se wo tumi ko meka. Meka ye niama meka se bia meka no kona aye fu. Na nka ketia mo jimijimi ti se wo tumi ko meka. Unim nyansa. And these are the things we say. And I'm imagine say ye nima ye mbum penifo. We Jimmy Papa ni company nti onti ase. Papa oni company nti you don't understand what I'm talking about. Papa mi adwuma da. Nti the American no onti ase. And nti na KTM morade o so omunye me say ade be kan papa no on say kan wo for so ame no ende wa betene fie. On say e kan wo for kokompe no on say ende o ma me afemewu. Ada e be kan no, you understand the American no. This man is foolish. I'm being honest with you. The NPP government, they are done. Nyansano asa, they don't have any intelligent man again or woman to make decisions. Instead of them to lower themselves, bring themselves down and listen for people to have conversation with them, no, they are still fooling. Oh my Jimmy. Now, look at this. And your court. Mr. P, are we still good? All right, guys, be guiding me, please. And you see, ambulance case. Mommy, I'm simple. Okay, 937. Ambulance case in United. You say causing financial loss to the states. At the end of the day, at the ato forcing jakpa any attorney general mujina court nyina say you say ato forcing jakpa mo omba Ghana aboka sika ahwere company na omde ambulance the brain say yemfa ya ambulance mo no mo mfa sika maye you say yempe adikudie say NPP before say chinchina amobe jeli eye jakpa any ato forcing ne say omo say ato forcing any jakpa any omo amaka ho no akwasha kukuamu ena omadi Ghana abro yesika ashe. Into the main reason why we are in court is to establish say ato forcing anasa jakpamo omo eden omo magana boka. That is why we are in court. Forget about the grammar. The reason why attorney general edi ato forcing eni jakpako jina court say omo person omo establish adikudie ntia enam omodien omudwumadi omudi so no Ghana boka tisia no e kana e boy no nipa na sika ne kodi ni ho no company ni say ye magi sika enso ekufu ado aban say ompe say omujeli ato forcing ene jakpa. It's fine. Now your court, let's make this simple. In tinka your court anka, what is supposed to be our focus? Our focus is supposed to be on why we are in court. That is all. Your focus in court today, every day we are spending money on this attorney general and his group of lawyers and they say, yes, say a ambulance bia ato forsen jakpamo sign document bia omode amagana loses car. Now listen to what happened in court. And then the chair say at time the judiciary in Ghana and the Kufuado at time. It is despicable. It is not funny anymore. And into a whole attorney general to me, Gina, will be in catch and say, infant for the Jimmy, a whole attorney general, or to me, a bold, a catch, the infantis are foolish people. They are cheap. And nobody has a problem with it. Because NPP for Tibuno, infant for Jimmy. Now, the attorney general stood in front of me while I was sitting in Justice Kulendi's house on the night of March 25th, 2024 to March 26th, 2024, and told me he was under pressure from the President and Finance Minister Kenoforiata to have Atoforsin jailed. This is a statement that Jakwa Khan court say. Eye Attorney General menene kushia eye Yoni Kulendi fie ebo date ebo time. And I say Yoni Kulendi na or hobby or say Supreme Court judge. Na Attorney General catch them say adikudienti a opese ojeli eye Atoforsin ne say eye Ekufuado ne Oforiata say onye eno no masha ne say onye. Now, something funny happened in court today. Now they see what court and the funny thing in the say. Oh, say Attorney General way. Since they say Jakpa and then the conversation. Eba you know. On to me emba court NJ Bible and swear say me ba catch Ghana for nyina say Jakpa asem kana e ntro. On say saying or the patch ni ko gina UK ekeka nkwasi asem abra asem go court. A simple thing na Ghana for busa ko gina da kem ne swear ne catch Ghana for say the Jakpa ka say what say infantifo ejimi omo ye cheap no till date. Attorney General to me gina TV so en kanchire Ghana for say he never said it. The deputy muma na only conversation nim. The deputy na only ho. The deputy onu sebio oka enimu no. Onu mom ne gina manchia ekas Attorney General anka. Abra sa apachi we betu gina court akase me kan ya na manka. Inti Attorney General apachi no. Okogina UK okeka nkwasi asem obeduru Ghana. Omji eye Bible na Quran na onso say de Jakpa eka say enye Ekufuado enye ayede enye Oforiata enye NPP for na share the 2% onjeli Atoforsin. Why is it not bold enough? Adentina on to me engina court enka say under oath I am denying what de Jakpa eka. Now and the umko court they see and say strategically because Osro Jakpa, because Onim say or ye criminal. You see, Attorney General Godfrey Dami is a thief, he's a criminal. In any serious country, also go to jail, long time. Godfrey Dami, in any serious country, also Anka right now he's standing trial. He has committed one of the greatest sins when it comes to legal issues. He has committed a crime. Godfrey Dami should not have any moral right to even carry himself as a lawyer. Any senka Ghana for anke yehu Godfrey Dami or sanke tunto sugu so. He is despicable. He is basically he's a disappointment when it comes to legal matters in Ghana. This is the Attorney General of Ghana. Now what happened in court today and they say almost started say air cross examine Jakpano. The Deputy Attorney General no, when it came to the messages and the crimes of the Attorney General the Deputy Attorney General mum nebubusa questions no. Now na se eba the document paperwork na Godfrey Dami sorry. No muma bebusa question no. Na judge to her share concept way. It is so interesting, right? So in court today no Attorney General Godfrey Dami wadane part-time wadane part-time lawyer. Now when it comes to the real issues that he is supposed to testify, no, he the accused wants to do what? Wants to cross-examine an accused. Godfrey Dami technically as we speak is an accused. On a crime sooner an accused person in a high profile criminal case will be cross-examining an accused person. Where on earth should this happen? Say Godfrey Dame say or a legitimate attorney general. Sebio on breaking law no, on suppressing law no, on twisting embrano enfan kofonko jail. Abra onim se odi bonia. Why is it so difficult for Godfrey Dame to enter the box and say Jakpa, who is a witness, said say. I never met him. I was never at where he was saying we were. I never said say fantifo yam kwasiafo me cheap. I never said say kufuado and asebio or ka say mena minyesa na minjeli atoforsen. What is so difficult about it? Because it's about the integrity of the institution you lead. You yourself, your integrity as a lawyer, and also the integrity of the man who appointed you. Unless your appointee is a foolish criminal who is not shocked or worried about the tainting in credibility. Unless the person who appointed you is a fool. Unless he is also a criminal like you who thinks like you. Because some appoint you, say koye juma mame, na se ugu me nima asia, some respect me credibility, I'll be worried. And nintina over multi-million-dollar companies and incro akesia nipa edi enim omo eyi obi se onko di djuma na nipa ne koye bibia omo tu nipa no se onko edjuma no omo momu no e affect omo, so they take action. Why do you think the president has failed to speak on Attorney General's conduct? Because the president is a thief, he's a criminal. Attorney General Godfrey Dame learned this trade from the Kufuor's law firm, the law firm where on one case this certificate to be a papa law firm no. So you could see it's a criminal cartel. But something interesting happened today in court. What happened? Going to court no. A seminar ambulance, a seminar and ye jato. Because from day one, Attorney General Godfrey Dame, from the day Jakpa exposing the criminality and then half size shoes not in he decided to go on this hunt to destroy the credibility and character of the accused person. Right now, the Ghana government, the Attorney General, the strategy you say, yanko discredit Jakpa, yanko ma Ghana for say Jakpa ye kronfo, because they want to work on the brains of Ghanaians. Into mu wia, no ma be catch Ghana for say because ya Ghanaian say oye kronfonti and with the money. The same thing the year Yesu omkojina Pontius Pilate enim. They force the man to believe say Yesu e kronfo. In the time ohene ne busa say papa we dey na why na say oh onte ye. O say one na ye e dey Jewfo ne hene. O say one na oye sei. O say one na ye sei. Even though na papa na oye ohene ni mu said the omo kan enim no, he went further to say na ade na monji nipa we mum de bia mo se mo pe no Barnabas so said the no omo say ye mpe no, but from the yaka chiro no you need to base on it and judge this guy. So what they are doing is they are assassinating this guy in front of the judge. They are making this guy look like say oh you're criminal. Intend they copy court no. The conversation is about oh Jakpa time mana or military muno. Sorry, I'm looking for. And the copy court no. The copy on say Attorney General was concentrating more on Jakpa time na or military mu. Nana Attorney General argument nyina say Jakpa wa military mu no. Omo sure letter B sa letter no 17 years ago. Nipa na order letter na so ocho letter no wu. Sa krata na Attorney General akofa ba court. And at the BMK say a judge not one a problem. And Attorney General no. The judge sitting up there, she is my problem. Attorney General ejai ambulance asam to ato. We jai a blue sea for na almost say ombetu sika no back na ato. We jai a setekwe na ono ebedi e nsie say ono na a director ato force no ato. The Attorney General's concentration is that Jakpa ko military mu eme pamono inti anhwe no so ne ebu anofo kwasiafo we ne omote Ghana. That is the argument of the Attorney General right now. Inti ende omko tena court na in kwasiaso onko die nyina say omko ka kire judge ne say Jakpa time na oye military officer no ya chro letter say ye nyina di letter na ya chro da baya 17 years ago nipa na chro letter no wo hia yesi wo wu enti ye nyina ye nhwe no so ne yanka sa jakpa abo Ghana kro no. How did we get here? Are we mad? Ye Jimmy, this is the situation where an attorney general enters court, and then the funny thing, I am not surprised that the Attorney General Godfrey Dame is running away from the audio recording and WhatsApp messages, but rather focusing on a fraudulent letter written 17 years ago when I was in the military. Into 4 to 5 hours of court, and their main concentration was that Omakohun letter be a 17 years ago. That is what they did in court today. And then Jamie Kacho from the one side, Godfrey Dame has no case, but my problem is not Godfrey Dame. My problem is the judge. You see, my problem is not Godfrey Dame. My biggest problem is the judge listening to this trash from Godfrey Dame. Because we are in court because of an ambulance. Jakpa, so-called acti, porn movie, so-called military, so-called cadet, sena ochi Abionka or Russia. I don't care. I care about this matter. Mosi Jakpa, any atoforcing Abogana Chrono, mame evidence beyond reasonable doubt that we should jail them. You have left that matter and you are asking Jakpa say, onje letter be non kind as I letter nature say, or no Jakpa no, or call military no, ye yinedi, mo Jimmy. And a judge sits and say, let me admit this. So after reading the 17-year-old letter, the judge says, "Oh, we have admitted the letter into evidence." What purpose that letter serve? I keep telling you, said the judiciary, there's a problem, and they may expose it. Judge, was so quick to take a letter, a 17-year-old letter. The person who wrote the letter is dead. He cannot even come and say, I wrote it, whether this letter was forged or not. The judge said, "Oh, you admit it as evidence." They brought an audio with Godfrey Dame's voice in it, with Godfrey Dame telling an accused to go and lie to her, Godfrey Dame forcing an accused to do things that are not right. The woman said, she had listened to it 10 times. Abra Godfrey Dame, she could not pose the question to Godfrey Dame, say, was it you on the tape or not? She could not do it. It took her another week to say, okay, I've admitted the audio. The audio that you have admitted, the person who was in the audio is standing right before you. Why don't you question the person whether it is him or not? This is my problem with this judiciary. She is quick to admit a letter that was written 70 years ago. Nippon or and then she says, I've admitted it. Anytime I catch them say, this Godfrey Dame case, Atoforcing, they have planned to jail Atoforcing. It is there's anything Godfrey Dame catch them for the because when I'm fan to for you, you bet now. Na yasara tnasi asa koton kwasiaba NPP. And today I saw some fancy chiefs go to the. It is not enough. Me unsan fanti for him to be aba court war. It is not enough. The people, the majority of the people who voted for Atoforcing, they need to all bus them and bring them to the court. They all need to get on the bus and come to the court. Che they see Kenya no omunya muawu. E nipa bi na yes on be suppress omo. And no react here. On say say nipa no yes on be suppress omo, ebu omo, age taxes no. Omo so munya kwele in. That is the power of the people. Obaso Chem say all the people who voted in Atoforcing constituency today, may 100,000 Ghana say me basi omo nyina de omo ban crying. They should come and support Atoforcing. Do you know what will happen there? Send me $10,000. Say, Sanko from what Atoforcing constituency. I am donating money. They should all be bars to Accra. They should all come and witness what is happening. They should go to the ages. Do you know what will happen? There will be chaos. Do you know? So you don't take the power of the people lightly. In it is too much. Ambulance now, Abesi Ghana, almost 8 years. Air Prodo. Godfrey Dame does not have any questions about it. Godfrey Dame could not establish a case that say this man Jakpa any Atoforcing Oma Bogana Chrono na Jakpa military or core no let her be a 17 years no and none of Madam Judge and say I want it, take it. Godfrey Dame the accused standing in front of you. How can a witness be cross-examining a witness? How can an accused be cross-examining an accused? Where did this happen? And we are see where actually Ghana and Kwan. It is only Ghana and Sankwa the same way we see, because the judiciary is tainted. Because we have men and women who don't care about this country again. The idea in the let's destroy this nation. But you people, if anything happens, you go down before us, because your biggest problem as a nation is majority of our youth, they are foolish. Jimmy. Majority of the youth in Ghana, Jimmy. Nankomun Jimmy ya, Ankasankwa se seme koso Ghana keswe. Me say, all this is happening in Ghana because the majority of the youth now, also in Kofowe are playing with their lives. They don't even understand. Ye Jimmy, anything Kofowe Jimmy more. That is why we are here today. Now, wana oto abanama nipano. Without you, besides, are we good? Yeah, so let's get these things right. At the first case, a persecution. The Attorney General has nothing. Attorney General Godfrey Dame has no evidence, nothing. But for no reason. We are the people, we yield the power, we need to exert that power. Now, there's this conversation about a year NPP4 lying to Ghanaians about a year free SHS say NDC4 John Mahama say NDC ba power or free SHS is a lie. Professor Nano Pokwajman will be a fire or say she is still waiting for one person in Ghana to come with evidence, audio, video, whatever, print. John Mahama ejina bibia o Ghana ka say a year free SHS no NDC ba power or mubitwum. As simple. Professor Nano Pokwajman say she is waiting for NPP Nibia our video evidence, our audio evidence, print, whatever. Na John Mahama ejina platform bia so ebie na no eka say NDC ba power omo betwa free SHS maka Ghana for NPP for many message omo ni plans bia mamo NPP for omo ya trofo. Now she has made this statement and we are still waiting. We are waiting for the NPP. Say abobi no ma fa say running mate to say nipa say because ya teda you see ye dey ponche kra ye dey NPP kale sharp ponche kra na ye running mate nipa beto ama no nti say ya ponche no ma fa say running mate to say nipa na your flag bearer. We are still waiting for that animal in NPP colors to come out with evidence. Say John Mahama jina ha ejina ha eka say free SHS no oba obetwem. We are still waiting because your person Ghana for who say obi twatra momme antwi nipa ne mra bonten ne embema Ghana for who say nipa ne twatro say nipa ne ka bibia nti John Mahama ka your person NDC for NPP for ne ba bonten with facts to tell us say a free SHS no ampa John Mahama jina ha John Mahama kan wa ha adase no kan because atro no ene de abeduru a and the ejimi for a person be running mate ejimi for person be president atro into the end the NPP mu enyansafo wom and so ejimi for na yeso so omo be running mate and the president because the people who are willing to tell the truth no NPP for them pe they be omo pe nwan na ye de flag na atwera omo ho no omo na omo pe. So Nana Opoku-Agyeman has put it out there. They see our credibility chain or no onfa audio or video embrambe kanchre Ghana for say John Mahama ejina simpie ni ejina takwa ejina aboase ejina ayaldo mikrom ejina denu e wona ma me free denu ejina eye den aboabo ejina santase ka se John Mahama bie na no ka se obetwa free SHS ma ye pe one audio na ye nyina ka se oh but until sa audio ni beba until say obi begina platform so aka se John Mahama kan wa ha evidence ni no makwasie bie na no se NDC4 se obetwa free SHS because I will share free SHS ni year a NDC4 from a Nkrumah time free SHS ediko ye share constitution mu ebeduru nde no a NDC4 and ashemukina. Now there's this jandam we need to kill and it's got to do with a year NPP4 person create some impression say free SHS it's good obia ni je ho and awofo nyina support it into obi obekasa free SHS obia empe Ghana ye. They are creating that notion, but you know nipa omote Ghana na omo no omo ye de eto omo no mutua to no omo bre NDC for can over and over said the free SHS no e Ghana constitution mu enita John Mahama ne NDC for Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman almost start to see e-blocks no enita almost start ABA more universities no almost call basic HC schools no. Now the NDC for can say yen santina sene yen hwe free SHS ni biem na yen tutu nyoma se ne be ya yemma enkotena school bia nsuo nim enko school munya baby nda enko school 1 month embetena fie 3 months eduane sem ehonya enko atwe John Mahama ne NDC for say mama yen tena se ne yen sanhwe na yen sakram ne yen yie NPP for omunte review any councillor say eno na san chichide meyi ese John Mahama say obetwa free SHS and awofo no ankasa eka say e was a free SHS no ye ni yie nyoma nko yie sika essay eye teacher for complain obia ebre the simplest thing I say is ose nyina ye tenase na ye busa ye ho say ehe na atochema na yenye ni yie no because obi be see schools obia ba na say enko yie a ye tenase NPP for enwan se omontiase moma yenko tie de awofo no eka me wi na ya ba eye free SHS a eye NPP for eka se NDC for parliament omon pese omobe pene so emeye de emra atareto. See NPP for biggest problem ne so omo yesa akwawi majority leader. Let me be very honest with you people. Afinyoma King on the biggest burden on NPP. His foolish fake legal background na ekutano no. That legal exuberance no. That idea be woni tim na adwene ne say so no your argument no winia at the end of the day no also be adwene so nim nyansan. That is why the NPP is struggling. On say recently Afenyoma King be ka kire say free SHS no ye be say ye de mra etareto se ne be ya mra no aban bi aba aban ntumi ntwam ena osada no be ka kire Ghana for say NDC for so omon free SHS into omon pese ye de mra be tareto the same person. This is a man you people in Ghana calling him honorable. Me, I can never use that word because there's nothing honorable about this guy. Now I say he's a criminal. How he called somebody to threaten the person because on a girlfriend Nini Abema Eden Debe and the to Tunkoran or no akofa tax Edia Conquara. So Afenyoma is a bastard. I will not sit here and call that thing honorable person. There's nothing honorable about him. Obia, he became a known lawyer by defending Yahoo boys. Afenyoma has no credibility. But to the issue itself, NPP for somebody be to Ghana for Timu say, omo de aya bill be ba parliament. Na sa bill no, and then ebema emra abetare F de S free SHS no into NDC form per se bebaso. And I'm setting it on record again. Ghana ni bia ni obetumanya one audio ana BB free John Mahama Professor na ho say NDC etia say mema yemfa emra entare de free SHS nechi. In fact, nipa oka yese mema yemfa emra entare free SHS nechi na Baumia. Baumia said it on countless occasions on TV, and I know after forcing them they have played the audio for you to hear. Baumia can several times say eni say ye de mra bia etare free SHS echi commitment nkwa ne hia inte eden ende NPP for through a foolish man like Afenyoma King etimi ka che Ghana for say omo de mra bi ba abetare free SHS echi na NDC for and support it into omo time free SHS a che politician a wejimi a che politician a ne hallmark atro sebio Odwin se nipa na odi omoso no mo jiminti he is just going to use lies. Now yati kroma madebia yaka from the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana mame copy and I think I can pull it out. So I will check the Constitution of the Republic, and there's a reason why me person me read it this particular this particular law, because me be bob Bawumia eden Bawumia voice no, but I was saying me the reason why in tia Bawumia voice no mebo and why the Bawumia no onim the oye Mr. P pull the constitution specifically where it talks on education. I want to point out some specific words. Now me point out words we are okay. I got it. I have it. Now let's read this. Me we are na Bawumia tape natural. Na mamu Bawumia kasa krampo confirm say the NDC as a political party no, they are rather going by the constitution. Bawumia knows but onim say do no mu NPP ne Jimmy. Onim say majority of conform NPP no Jimmy. Into every time they are na omko abontene they sell the lies to them and they fool the people. Yeah. Now let's read this document. This document is from the Constitution of Ghana. And what does it say when it comes to education? Straightforward. Now, baby, a me pano. So already a year 25 I not. This is what it says. All persons shall have the right to equal education opportunities and facilities, and with a view of achieving the full realization of that right. B on A. Basic education shall be free, compulsory, and available to all. B. Secondary education in its different forms, including technical and vocational education, shall be made generally available and accessible to all by every appropriate means, and in particular by the progressive introduction of free education. By the progressive introduction of the free education. And this is what the Constitution says. So the Constitution can say free SHS no, I was a but I was say progressively. And you make a Ghana mrakes na because person akorabia school, but and yes akorabia school keke. I was say akorabia school me who's a school so you need quality with it, and it has to be progressive before you can get quality. So one she said the year engine and also into constitution it say education there and the obi all the right to go to school in Ghana. Then so because you see some any and one day for community. I was say ye ni kakra send be ya endum pempensuo bi no na akora bi ko school a onka se insonkron so wi no if you say onya classroom and onya dormitory and that akora bi ko school ka say insio ni school e was 95 kilometers e ko sansio e was akora bi ko school a otuminya balanced diet di eduane padi into constitution ka say it should be done progressively. Now tiade let me show you something first. Muntie Mahamudu Bawumia he was making a statement about free SHS and he said the Emrabia etarhum. And the NPP for the parliament because of politics, because omnus and Nipadodo the NPP chino jiminti, they are doing politics with your mind. Because on say you are come media near a bimo jimino or mess support it atrono de mabedru how atron ema motor cement 105 no atro enema bomutuo no atro enema wodwuma egu no atro enembe and the Ghana imebunu nya adwuma nye atro enema abobesia over 1 trillion de am abedu anyina ya atro enti se ubeti atro na ahokyere babeda wo so no unim kura nka hompe be say de am abedu anda and the Ghana for mo ho kyerem no it is all atro, it is all lies. Hwade tie Bawumia, and I have 2 videos I want to play. Now first one no eye asema Bawumia ekafa eye emra and he say yes editary free SHS on it defeats every single thing the NPP is saying in parliament today. Because Bawumia no krampo and the obeso president no odinka ka kire Ghana for say ye hiamra bia e wo say ye nyanka say ye adwene say ye be free SHS ni ye. This is Mahamudu Bawumia.
Free senior high school education doesn't have to be backed by law to be funded. It just has to be backed by commitment.
Where Bawumia kata na waka say free SHS in there any say the mrabia ko parliament ni akoshe mra say mra we chinchina o say free SHS una ko ntia na waka because they wanted to force you to believe say I didn't know about they being sida, and they didn't want a law because not from the beginning they were basically stealing from you in the name of free SHS. And this hard time so what they ran bar now they they will be forced to stay in line and tell us where they are getting their money from. Where is the money coming from to sustain the free SHS? The amount of money I have pumping of free SHM from the beginning and the SOT. That is why Anajo Mahama Mokacha say you are in a rush because you cannot sustain it. You need to make sure you do it progressively. And also we are in kakra say usisa sika nyina koguma ebedum brebi unya sika mfanye. Anytime we bought TV3 for video ni chiro no na brand and catch us say sika omde share free SHM from 2017 no sika ne so sesia no sika nketenkete na omudi shem. Now the more you put small money the more the quality drops. And into time and Ekufuado power na okaso obe free SHS no akwesi broni busa and say where are you going to get the funding? Because it's not just the funding, it's the consistent funding. It is the consistency in the funding, because when there is shortage in the funding the quality will drop. Into broni busa Ekufuado say where are you going to get the money? If you tell me you get money this year, it does not guarantee that next year you get money. You are going to be in power for 8 years. You are saying that this is supposed to be there forever and ever. How are you going to sustain it? You are living in a country where your GDP, how you are struggling to even meet your revenue. So how are you going to consistently fund the free SH? A corona say munisika mun generate sika, so the costing and the brother say shouldn't maybe obenya sika so e be men kan kire o say me ka kire Ghana for no. And also say what BBC so catch we as a Ghana for hwe so me dru Ghana for no mo jimi no the foolish masters no e jimi for na omode de tribe to aba no enkwasiafo no mo pa ponche ato ama no me dru a me ka kire mo mete ase bro ni say ka kire because ye ho na obeji loan or say the costing I will tell you. You see now bro ni born pushing no he ended up by saying the new revenues. Where are the new revenues? Not our catcher bodies or more taxes. Yentie akwa we Jimmy old to me to mine. Your catcher will say we no onam keke. You get it? And a brother pushing or say the new revenues. What are the new revenues? Say politician catcher will say new revenues are or Charles say or be creating new taxes. That is the only way you make revenue. You can only make revenue as a government when you create taxes, when you are taking money from the people. In the time now about power no, now you busan say a burden was sustaining free SHS or say or be jemo tour be sustaining free SHS no or be creating new taxes and all these new taxes are creating because the idea is not only any idea only be creating money to sustain the country. And also South Africa say more efficient way to sustain the economy. Now, I buy way and you say you can't leakages, waste, fiscal indiscipline. I'm going to me I'm manage BBA. I'm beto Esla. I'm beto sika jo Muhammad ja to fund ni nyina no I'm di nyina. Osaka Chebroni say growth in the economy. Ghana's economy growing. The dollar is at 16. Interest rate is over 20. We are talking about your economy that cannot employ. The economy is not growing. So when you check these three things he said, Ninyina is negative. That is why the free SHS is collapsing. Nanka oyen progressively in kakra. Anka this problem we are in about free SHS no anke niha. All the things he told the Brunino, all the three things he said, these were three things are a burden on the taxpayer. The first one is to create more revenues. Who is going to pay? It is the taxpayer, because how much revenue do we make from importing or from exporting? We don't export and the cocoa and fanko. That means the burden will be back on the parent, and internet will be to be spending 10,000 not in the back of free SHS every term. Why? Because Abino is failing the people. Now the reason why I'm saying is that Mahmoud Bawumia is diabolic and a liar. Bawumia knows the constitution in here say progressively free SHS no and then see this so. But you see, because Ohun is a Ghana for the be Jimmy no. So because you say Bawumia onim de oya. I na me catch me show say hey. Bawumia e bodamaniti. Now tie Bawumia and what he said about free SHS. All kasa no okachire Ghana for say tie no or say free SHS no momo de ba no and yet to say NDC for progressively free SHS Mickey Mouse de no. What's it? That means Bawumia acknowledges he knows say free SHS in the constitution it should be done progressively, but because you mudu do nie Jimmy sebio sa nkwasi afo some koye nkwasi PhD bi be gine ni kan kwasi sema we just absorb it. He said it in public, say the free SHS bi ba na mom ente say NDC for Mickey Mouse progressively free SHS. That means he recognizes say the constitution, you are not supposed to go against the constitution. If you go by the constitution, the education that you are trying to put together now, it will be effective. It's not minim no krano, but they deliberately decided not to do it because of some way Jimmy. Yeah, I can't say free SHS progressively and no mom no see ye. Now mom we Jimmy nti or catch us say the progressively free SHS na NDC the buy no. So he's acknowledging. But when you catch them in 2017 say they came to meet a progressively free SHS. In the end, catch them some free SHS buy. Na kwasi atoa yen twa de be ma tesro ye yes because we Jimmy ontie ba wo mia gina nipem 2017 catch Ghana for say they came to meet a progressively free SHS na NDC for implementing already. So why didn't they continue with the progressive free SHS? Because the constitution states it clearly that it should be progressively free. He is telling you right in front of you, say free SHS no you better say NDC for ye. So why are you telling me today say and for the free SHS by chile we Jimmy none of the teacher form to win free SHS started 2015 no money tia but person kumnya ni Jimmy and then kwasi tribal politics inti ba wo mia be Jimmy o munyina and then why neble now let's take our business otwa obodi team ko Jimmy tokbele yentwa de bema why say otwe and oyete Jimmy or kasa or catch us or beto say John Mahama ye free SHS we Jimmy politics ashe mutirimu ma tokbele boto